Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did. You coward. You make me sick. Your weakness is pathetic.
Well, it seems like Kitrit might have set a new precedent, as much like last month's Patreon-funded rapid-fire skin review going over a champion skin catalog instead of a full skin line, this month appears to be much of the same. So today we turn to a champion who, much like Ivan from last month, has a pretty damn solid set of skins, the only difference being this one actually has more total skins than Leona received in 2021. Fiddlesticks. As one of the original 40 champions, he has a lot of skins. 10 in fact, and one of which I already covered in my Star Guardian Rapid Fire skin review 10 months ago. So for clarification's sake, no, my score for Star Nemesis Fiddlesticks has not changed. It is still a 10 out of 10. It is still one of the best Star Guardian skins ever made, and it's Fiddlesticks' second best skin. Because there's a pretty obvious first we'll get to later. But we have a lot of skins to go through, so let's get going, shall we? Starting with Spectral Fiddlesticks. One of the few older skins that was shoehorned into the Omen of the Dark universe, but unlike Warhammer Lysandra or BDSM Mundo, this one fits in perfectly. The hood, the ghostly effigies, the spooky particle effects, it pulls off its fantasy of being a gruesome specter in this Dark Souls-esque world almost flawlessly. And at only 520 RP, a price point usually only reserved for the ugliest cosmetics available, this is one of the most bang for your buck skins in the entire game. If it had its own recall, this would be on par with most 1350 skins, 9 out of 10. Bandito Fiddlesticks. This skin hit the lottery, as thankfully Fiddlesticks was reworked after High Noon was rebooted into High Noon Gothic, and it really shows here. But for me, I don't think it's quite as solid a concept as some of the other more monstrous High Noon skins like Urgot and Thresh. But what really brings this one down for me is what brought Spectral Fiddlesticks up. They're both the same price, how come only one of them got unique particle effects? It's passable, but it could be much better. 6 out of 10. Union Jack Fiddlesticks. Remember at the beginning of this video when I said most of all of Fiddlesticks' skins were pretty great?
Never mind, I take it back!
And this one hurts even more because this splash art promises a Jack the Ripper inspired serial murderer monster man, but all we get in game is British? And look, I get it, the old version wasn't exactly terrifying, but as far as I know, the new version isn't supposed to be a parody of slashers, it's supposed to look scary, and it just looks silly. This is easily Fiddlesticks' worst skin, 2 out of 10. Minus 1 point because British? Pumpkinhead Fiddlesticks. Man, I miss when we got Halloween skins like this. I don't even know what to really say about this one. It's hindered a bit by a lack of unique particle effects or recall animation, but this is a damn solid take on the Headless Horseman Pumpkinhead monster. It would be the definitive version for one in League if, you know, the literal translation of that character didn't already exist.
It looks like a horse, llama, deer dog.
7 out of 10. Fiddle Me Timbers. I can't physically look at this skin anymore without thinking of Tobias Fate. And there is some interesting stuff about this one. The hook hand, the extra arms being replaced with tentacles, the further enforcement of Fiddle's already weird anatomy with the backwards facing boot. But man, at 750 RP, this one is more expensive than Spectral Fiddlesticks, so you'd expect something a bit extra, right? No, this one still doesn't have any unique particle effects. I can't tell if this skin's supposed to be goofy or supposed to be serious. The bio doesn't really help.
You are a pirate!
Still, it's fine. 6 out of 10. Risen Fiddlesticks. Finally, unique particle effects. The only listed ancient horror from the Guardian of the Sands universe. Remember that one? The one with Scarab kha'zix? It has Khajiit Rengar in it.
Are you Khajiit? Will you provide wares for me? Present them then. There are no wares.
While I don't love it, this is one of those skins where the more I look at it, the more I start to like it. The detail of the folded arms on his chest being those same 2 arms we usually see during Fiddlesticks' ult animation is a really nice touch. It's the most eye-grabbing thing about it for me. It's amazing what some extra effects can do, but it's not fantastic. 7.5 out of 10. Dark Candy Fiddlesticks. Weirdly enough, this skin isn't actually part of the Christmas or even holiday-themed skin lines, he's part of Sugar Rush, which I guess was supposed to be the Christmas skin line's replacement until that candy got crushed. But as a candy-themed demon, this absolutely rules. The rock candy spines, the candy cane body, the devilish Santa laugh on his cue, this one is oozing with charm. My only real negative is that for some reason Riot randomly decided to remove the glowing red eyes he originally had during its PvE cycle.
And stop staring at me with them big old eyes!
If not for that one minor flaw, this would be pretty much perfect in my eyes. 9.5 out of 10. Praetorian Fiddlesticks. Now this might be a bit of a hot take since the market for robot skins is oversaturated to holy hell, but I think if any robot skin line deserves a second shot, it's Praetorian. Time-traveling murder robot Terminators. How cool is that? I mean, Graves doesn't really hit the mark particularly well, but Fiddlesticks absolutely nails it. My favorite part especially is how all his voice lines are replaced with robotic chittering and metallic screaming. Really sells the fantasy this is an unfeeling robot in the best way possible. Obsidian is the best chroma. Another 9.5 out of 10. Surprise Party Fiddlesticks.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
If you saw my top 10 skins of all time video, you know that I ranked this as the 8th best skin in League of Legends history. New ability icons, balloons, and equally fantastic vocal performance as the base skin, both of which were voiced by the same guy, mind you.
Have you ever heard of Among Us?
Take notes, Shaco. This is a murder clown done right. But the best part about this skin, Fiddlesticks' rework upgraded it from a magnificent TF Ice Toboggan Corky level of legendary skin to a proper modern tier legendary, and Riot didn't change the price. You can still grab one of the best skins in the entire game for less RP than every other skin released in the past 5 years. While Fiddlesticks has other fantastic skins, I don't think this one will ever be surpassed. Ruby is the best chroma, 10 out of 10. Now for my personal favorite ranking, it goes as follows. At number 10, Union Jack is easily the worst one, no contest at all. I'd rank it at number 11 if I could. Number 9 is Fiddle Me Timbers. It's silly and goofy, but in a good enough way. Number 8 is Bandito. It's standard, but solid enough for a high noon skin. Number 7 is Risen. It's pretty great, but after looking through Fiddlesticks' catalog, I realized just how much more of the other ones I like than this one. Number 6 is Spectral. As one of the best 520 RP skins in the game, that earns major brownie points from me. Number 5 is Pumpkinhead. As basic as it is, Fiddle rocks the aesthetic way too goddamn hard. Number 4 is Praetorian, because it reminds me every time that I look at it that I want to see the skin line concept get tackled again in the future. And for the top 3, we have Dark Candy Fiddlesticks. This is practically perfect in my eyes. Just give the glowing eyes back, please. Number 2 is Star Nemesis. It's something I never knew I needed or even thought would work, but the skin teams blew my expectations to the stars. And number 1, again, at no surprise to anybody, Surprise Party is one of the best skins in the entire game, so there's no way any of these others were gonna top it. But those are my thoughts. What do you fellas think about Fiddlesticks' skins? Do you like them as much as I do, or perhaps you find them a bit lacking? Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Ever since Fiddlesticks got his rework, he's been one of those champions that I will often use as default skin because the base design is just so goddamn awesome. But like a lot of reworks, it turned most of his old lazy chromas into actually amazing skins worth your Riot points. Until next time though, fellas, for the foreseeable future, this is probably how Patreon-funded rapid-fire skin reviews are gonna go, because Kitchert's the one who's been requesting these, and by pattern of what's been happening, I don't think she's letting go of the tier anytime soon. So until next time then, fellas, I'll see you in the next video.